was an interesting shot. The crowd in short sleeve shirts under the cover here at Texas Stadium, and the rain coming down in between as we get set for this 125 main. Jimmy Neese's umbrella, the last to leave the front row, and they're off. Damon HUFFMAN gets the great start. Number 1, James Dodd 16, McGRATH 26 in good shape. Mickael PICHON is in 4th. Dicker goes down. Ryan Hughes is caught up. You see number 9 caught up in the fray. David PINGREE also in the cold and wet. Here's James Dodd. Honda of Troy machine makes the pass on HUFFMAN here in the first lap. HUFFMAN trying to regain the lead.
You see a lot of these riders have elected to run rags so they can wipe off their hands in case you fall and you have to put your hand in the mud. You can't even hang on to the grip anymore, so that allows you to be able to wipe it off and still get some traction.
PICHON moving into 2nd place in front of number 1, Damon HUFFMAN. Dobb having trouble. Here comes PICHON and HUFFMAN on the inside.
That's amazing. These guys are still able to jump that double. Look at them, 3 abreast as they enter the swoop section.
What a nice block by HUFFMAN as he's got the advantage now. Can take either angle if he can get the momentum. Dobb on the inside. Whoa, it looks like he tried to block him, but HUFFMAN just accelerated by him.
And check out this battle, 3 abreast through the whoop-de-doo sections again. And Chad Pedersen having his problems. PICHON, I would expect, will ride extremely well in this mud as it grows later into the race. He rides in the mud in Europe a lot more than we do here in the States. I think he'd be a lot more comfortable in this situation.
And Dobb, number 16, in 2nd and 3rd. And there goes PICHON sliding out on the straightaway.
Well, that was kind of weird. It looks like he just got really sideways one way and tried to overcorrect it. It's so slick. Any slightest move and you're down.
And these two, you met James Dobb, number 16, and Ryan Hughes, number 9. And they're in a battle for 2nd place. Here comes Hughes on that difficult whoop section. Made even more difficult because of the weather conditions. Whoa, Damon HUFFMAN doing a 360. He's got a large enough lead, though, and he keeps it running.
The only mistake he made, he spun it around and still kept it on 2 wheels, so I'm pretty impressed.
Oh, Damon HUFFMAN goes down. Now the big question is the machine dead? Will he have to restart it? Will he have trouble restarting it? And here comes Damon HUFFMAN. He's really deserved this one.
Oh, he's earned it. He's been crashed once, did a couple of donuts out there, and he's just played it smart. And he's got to be happy with this win. He earned this one. You see how clean all those guys are? Well, that's going to change in about 5 seconds now.
They'll be disguised in mud, and we'll have trouble identifying the numbers probably as they're off. And Jeremy McGrath, a great start. Todd DeHoop on his right. Craig Kadrowski, Emig, all in good shape. Let's check out the turn.
Look at McGrath, sneaks around the inside and stays clean, and then Emig comes by and gives him a face full of mud.
Oh, there's Craig going off the track under the Dunlop sign. 111 is ALBERTIJN. He's down. It's really who can stay up. That's Henry spinning out. DeHoop, Swink, Emig, Ward, and Henry. That is our top 5. Swink on the right on your picture, and DeHoop going wide. Oh, it's tough to get that momentum started once you stop down.
Well, it's kind of an interesting choice right there. Swink tried to turn on the off camera of that jump and try to build his speed back up, and it worked, but I like the line of DeHoop. I think he can do that every time. Go out there and use that bank and try to keep your momentum up everywhere. Once you try to build it, you grab a handful of throttle and all you get is wheel spin.
A little bit of mud, Texas mud here at Texas Stadium. The 250 main event on the 12th stop of the U.S. Supercross Tour. Todd DeHoop is our leader right now, but Doug Henry, after spinning out in the first lap, is pursuing DeHoop.
Henry was reaching up, pulling his roll-offs across, trying to get some clear vision.
Whoa, Henry triples in the mud. Picks up the deficit now on DeHoop. They are side by side. It's who picks the best rut, and it's Henry. Henry, of course, looking very good on dry land in the qualifying heats leading up to this race.
Right, I think in his mind he feels like he could have been a threat tonight, rain or shine, but he definitely was a threat in the rain. The guys on the outside are going to have all the problems happening right into them.
That's why the contenders are matched up inside. It's Mike Brown with the hole shot. Oh, going off the track is Mike Catton, East Sparta, Ohio rider. He's still not sure where he is, I don't think. Pretty clean start with only one rider down as Mike Brown. Tim Ferry 23 in 101. Mickael PICHON. PICHON already the winner in the East Division 125's. But Tim Ferry wants to come back as we take another look at the start.
Just to the left of your screen on the Honda right there, Mike Catton jumps off the racetrack right onto a hay bale. Watch him tumble into those steps. A few feet farther, that could have been a serious injury right in the back. I think Brown's doing a little quicker than everyone else. Still riding with a lot of confidence. Right there, look at James DOWD. He's got company from PICHON, so PICHON is making up time. Look at PICHON jumping through this whoop section. So much smoother through there. You don't have to hit all those bumps. He's only touching 4 or 5 times through there, and if you can do that every lap, you save a lot of energy.
The Englishman using all the track and also using some lappers right now to stay in front of the Frenchman. DOWD had gone into the season with high expectations, got a couple of 4th place finishes in the first 3 races, but then injury problems and inconsistency after that have really taken the wind out of his sails. Here's PICHON. He triples over DOWD into 4th place. PICHON's next sights, they're set on Jezik.
Right now, Ferry even a little closer than he was that last lap, really keeping the pressure on Mike Brown.
He's been mistake-free so far, and Ferry, he's putting on the heat. Ferry, a hard hit coming off the jump.
Well, he's trying to set himself up wide for this section right here and just take another line. You saw him jump way to the outside. Watch him double through here. He's got a different rhythm than Brown. He's just trying to do something different, make Brown nervous. It's working.
Brown gets by the lapper. Time running out for Tim Ferry.
Oh, look at these lappers. This is a situation where Brown's got to be on his toes. Luckily for him, the finish line is coming up quick.
The checkered flag for Mike Brown, his 2nd Supercross win of the year, and he secures 2nd place in the point standings, just in front of number 37, Davey Jezik, who placed 3rd in today's race.
Look right there underneath Doug Henry's right foot. He's got a dirt clod so he can keep his balance. He's not one of the taller riders, and I like where he's starting. Most of the good guys are on the inside. I think Jeremy's out too wide.
We're riding with Jeremy. That's EMIG on the left. He got the hole shot. McGrath looks over to Henry on his left side and cuts underneath EMIG on the turn. Jeremy McGrath out in front. Looks back at both EMIG and Henry. The rest of the field flying through our Honda track cam.
Look at Jeremy getting away clean. He's got Doug Henry, EMIG, Larry Ward is up in there. All the guys with good starts. This is an excellent race, and Jeremy on his way to possibly a record-breaking evening.
Yeah, David, and making that helmet cam a pretty boring shot till we get around to lappers.
Well, it's pretty neat to ride with Jeremy. Anytime I can ride with Jeremy, I'll take that opportunity.
McGrath number 1, EMIG number 6, and Henry. They do a little bump action there. We thought we might see some bar-banging action on this short track.
I think Henry's faster than Jeff EMIG. He was in the heat race, and if he can get around, he can challenge Jeremy. I don't think EMIG is going to be a fight for Jeremy, but Henry is.
But EMIG is very talented at using up the track.
Well, EMIG uses up the entire track, rides a wide bike, as we've said before. You see right there, he came all the way from the outside back to the inside and cut off Doug Henry's line, and there's not much of a track to use here, so it should be pretty easy for him to hold off Henry.
Henry has been hounding EMIG. EMIG using the track well. So far has been able to fend him off. But look out. Here comes Henry on the inside. Henry into 2nd place. EMIG, though, is not giving up. He's coming right back.
And look at EMIG. Completely over-jumps that jump just to take Henry almost off the track. And that's what it takes. On a track like this, you've got to get aggressive, even border on a little bit of dirty riding in order to hold your position. EMIG does it nice.
Jeremy McGrath with number 6, Jeff EMIG, starting to breathe down his tailpipe. Jeremy stepping it up as best he can as we take a look from his helmet cam.
That's a lapped rider in front of Jeremy. It looks like Jeff DeMint on the KTM. You see Jeremy chooses a different line in case he was to make a mistake. He'd have someplace to go. And DeMint moves to the outside, frees up. What happens a lot of times is the leader will catch up to the lapped riders and doesn't realize that it's a leader. So he'll mess him up, and by the time he moves over, then he moves over for EMIG, and it makes things really tough for the leader.
Pretty much in the can right now, as they say in the movies, Jeremy McGrath. has tied Rick Johnson's all-time career victory mark of 28 with Jeff Emig placing second. Ryan Hughes and Damon HUFFMAN, not exactly friends, David.
No, not exactly. It's been an interesting rivalry since the days on the mini bikes, and I think it's Ryan's time to save face when he gets in the 250 and beats HUFFMAN.
Okay, they're revving up right now, ready to go. The gate drops. And Corey Keeney's gets a great start, number 96, David Pingree, and look at that. Number 1 got the whole shot. Damon HUFFMAN, but no, it's Hughes moved over into HUFFMAN. So the two top contenders are next to last and last. Corey Keeney, number 96 out front. Number 95 is Spud Walters. We've got Craig Decker out there. And here is Ryan Hughes in last place trying to catch up. Good smooth ride, though.
Well, he looks good right now, but you know, he has nothing to lose but to just go like mad and try to make up all the time he can. What we have to, as we mentioned at the top of the show, all HUFFMAN has to do is finish ahead of him. And you can see right there, he's ahead of him.
Welcome back to San Jose for 125 action. Number 1, Damon HUFFMAN, the defending champion. Number 9, Ryan Hughes. Hughes going into HUFFMAN. Then he runs into the hay bale. More problems for the top contenders.
Well, Ryan almost going down the process. He's got to finish ahead of HUFFMAN, and he's tough. If he could race with boxing gloves, he would.
And here comes Damon HUFFMAN. He's taking on Deegan right now.
Up the inside, doing what he does best. We've seen HUFFMAN come from last place before and come through the pack, but he hasn't had anybody charging as hard out front as Pingree seems to be doing right now. He's going to be tough to catch.
Decker, number 27. HUFFMAN, the defending champion, making the move. Skipping across those whoops very effectively, and there's the finish line jump. Looks over to his teammate. He's in third. David Pingree has got a horrendous lead and then has been able to hold it throughout the race.
I'm pretty impressed, and you know, he's got to be stoked. And I have to wonder what would have happened had they not gone down. He was riding strong tonight, either way.
David Pingree, his very first Supercross victory, breaking the 6-race string of number 1 Damon HUFFMAN. But HUFFMAN finishing in front of Ryan Hughes will give him another number 1 plate. Well, it's a medical fact. The heartbeat is more accelerated while you're waiting for something to happen or coming into the pits in auto racing than it is actually when you're on the track itself. The 250's are ready. There are several riders who have made their first main event of the year who will be battling for position here tonight.
This is a look from the top of Greg ALBERTIJN. Look at McGrath, forges the whole shot. Up the inside, Jeff DeMint with a pretty good start. Emig on the inside, been getting good starts lately, but McGrath already appears to be gone.
Ooh! Oh, hitting the hay bale was Jeff DeMint on the right side as Larry Ward makes the pass on DeMint. This is Henry to the left.
Excellent battle already. These guys are scrapping. Jeff Emig hanging on to second place. Larry Ward got the start he needed. He's got to get by DeMint. He got in there and T-boned him, but it didn't stick.
Kudrowski is just behind ALBERTIJN as we take a look from ALBERTIJN's helmet cam and the Honda track cam on the triple. Here's the battle for third and fourth. Larry Ward and Doug Henry into the whoops and out of the whoops and going to the finish line jump. Doug Henry, meanwhile, putting the challenge to Larry Ward and makes the pass. Ward hanging right in there on the triple.
Well, Henry, like I mentioned before, appears to be able to go anywhere on the racetrack. Right there, you see he's tripling back, coming out of the corner. He's got some fancy lines out there, and he's picking up time on Emig. And Larry Ward, I think with the pressure of Henry, doesn't really want to go with that pace. He's just keeping his tabs on where Kudrowski is. And as long as he's ahead of him, I think he'll be happy. Jeremy McGrath continues. You can see on the other side of your screen, Emig going into the corner from the whoop section. He's already got probably a 6 or 7 second lead. And no mistakes from this kid, and he just, he's phenomenal. I mean, it's boring. Shoot, you know, it's hard for us up here to
Good
really,
thing we have a race in back of him.
You see he's got the helmet camera right there, but if we go to that, you're not going to see anything but open space and dirt.
And maybe a few lappers. Looks like it would take a mechanical, a problem with lappers, or a self-inflicted mistake for McGrath to lose this race.
Well, Skip Norfolk is a pretty good mechanic, and I don't think you're going to see any mechanical problems, and Jeremy doesn't make any mistakes.
Henry taking on Emig. Tried the block pass, but Emig now just moves right on for front. We've got a bar-to-bar, wheel-to-wheel action for second place right now. Henry leaps over Emig, takes the triple in good stride, and has moved into second place. We have a great race going, not for the lead. McGrath is way out in the lead. This is a battle for second place. Henry in second. Ward temporarily moving into third on Emig. Emig, though, taking it right back again. And look at how close Kudrowski is to Larry Ward.
You can throw a blanket over these guys right now. And actually, when we just came back from the break, Emig had just made a pass on Doug Henry, but he couldn't make it stick. And now Henry, who appeared as though he had the speed to go right around these guys and possibly catch up and challenge McGrath, cannot pull away from these guys. So now he's riding defensively, and that's just making a great battle.
Right now, Henry in second place, number 4. Emig cuts inside, just can't quite get the edge.
What a great battle, and I like to see Emig charging like this. And usually he puts up such a battle and the guys are coming up from behind. By the time they make the pass, he's pretty much out of steam, but right now he has some reserve, and he is showing it.
Little bobble on the turn in that double whoop section.
It's starting to get slick in the corner after that whoop section, and Emig just charged to the whoop section and lost the front wheel a little bit, but he still maintained third place, and right now Kudrowski is putting the pressure on Ward.
Okay, Ward has picked it up on Emig. Emig even looking back to see where number 11 was.
Well, that's the first sign of any weakness. As soon as you see, there he goes again. He's looking around. Now he's thinking about Larry Ward, and that's to Larry's advantage.
Oh, block pass. Number 11, Larry Ward. He's got the buffer between him and Kudrowski now.
Almost seemed like Emig knew that was coming, didn't it?
Yep, it almost looked like which corner you want.
Yeah, he left the door open. I think he knew it in the air. There wasn't much he could do to respond, but now he comes back.
Emig comes back on Larry Ward to take it away from him again. Now Ward's looking back as he crosses over in midair on Kudrowski. Kudrowski in good striking position now.
And Larry Ward, I don't know what happened to Emig there. He just fell asleep in that corner, and Larry Ward took the lead. Now he takes it back again from Emig.
Ward just splitting between Kudrowski and Emig. Emig and Kudrowski bump the handlebars. They come over the finish line jump. It is Ward, Kudrowski on the inside, and Emig number 6. Time running out here in San Jose, California, the second to the last Supercross of the year. But here is our battle right now. Number 11, Larry Ward, and number 7, Mike Kudrowski. Kudrowski cuts to the inside on Larry Ward, taking over third position.
Well, that's got to get Larry Ward a wake-up call. He's got to finish ahead of Kudrowski if he wants second place in this title.
Right on his tail. Here's Larry Ward making the inside move and retakes third place.
That looked pretty easy. I don't know what happened to Kudrowski there. He just pretty much let Larry Ward ride around the inside. Now Emig goes through.
So now we've got Ward, Emig, and then Kudrowski in third, fourth, and fifth. Kudrowski not wanting to give up. Block pass on Emig in the corner. McGrath got the whole shot, took away with the lead. Henry's in second place. Ward and Kudrowski battling for fourth. Kudrowski once again to the inside. Did the same thing the last lap.
Well, he's trying it, but right now, as I mentioned, Larry Ward is keeping his cool. He's riding focus. He's paying attention. He's able to counter all these moves. He's riding brilliant.
And with only a few laps to go, Kudrowski's going to have to pull off something, that's for sure. Kudrowski on the inside. Kudrowski down. Ward miraculously stays up. Emig makes the pass. Oh, bad break for Kudrowski. Okay, Ward is in fourth position because Emig snuck through there. So it's Jeremy McGrath, Doug Henry, Emig number 6, and Larry Ward on the final lap, the top 4.
Larry Ward could really put some points on Kudrowski right now if he could somehow find a way around Emig right now. Emig seems pretty vulnerable. He's been easy to get around at times, and this last lap, there he goes on the inside. He tries the same move Kudrowski did to him, side by side. Looks like Emig's going to have the inside into the corner.
Emig wants that 5th podium spot of the season. He is yet to win a Supercross, and his best finish was a 2nd in Houston. Jeremy McGrath, already the champion on the year, has good reason not to hold back. Of course, this would be his 29th victory, the all-time win mark for Supercross. 28 to Rick Johnson, 27 Bob Hanna, but number 29 for Jeremy McGrath. Also has a chance to break his own win record, tying now the most wins in the season with 10. Henry, a well-earned 2nd place. Emig taking third, Ward fourth. We should look for another battle between Ryan Hughes and Damon HUFFMAN. Last year, it was a furious one right here in Las Vegas, and it's Ryan Hughes getting a good start immediately. Damon HUFFMAN, though, back in about 9th place on this opening lap.
And there you see what it's like to get the hole shot. You're riding with Ryan Hughes, who has the early lead. Oh, a little mistake there. He tries to jump that double and almost gets away from him, but good starts for the Pro Circuit team. There you see David Pingree. Looks like he's going to take over the number 2 spot. And a big advantage to him right now, as we pointed out already, is this main event has been shortened, so the hole shot is absolutely crucial, and he's got a teammate back there behind him. That should act as a buffer for Damon HUFFMAN, who's still well back in the pack. There you finally get a glimpse of him.
On the number 1 Suzuki right there, Damon HUFFMAN, he won his first 6 races in a row. Was really trying for a sweep this year until he had to settle for a 2nd place at San Jose last week. He's got a long way to come back now as he bangs into the back of Deegan. Pingree, with his pace, is attempting to cut down about a 2nd a lap on Hughes. Right behind Pingree, guess who? Damon HUFFMAN has made his way up through from 9th position to 3rd place. And doing a fine job in the whoops.
And I got to tell you, Art, I wrote Damon HUFFMAN off. When I saw how bad of a start he got in the first couple of laps, he really just didn't have his timing. And Ryan Hughes was gone, and now Damon HUFFMAN is carving into that lead right there, making the pass on David Pingree and gaining fast on Ryan Hughes.
Could Ryan effectively use the lappers in this situation now as they approach them?
Well, sometimes it works for your advantage and against, and right there against, he was unable to do that triple. And HUFFMAN is right on his rear tail.
Now the all-important whoop section. Here comes Damon HUFFMAN on the inside. He passes Ryan Hughes. Ryan, though, never gives up.
Well, it doesn't surprise me to see that HUFFMAN made that pass. He's been gaining time there the whole race. I think he had it won right there. Just let his guard down, and Hughes, a fighter, would not let go of him.
Who can forget last year's race as HUFFMAN gets tangled up with Keeney back there.
Well, it's going to be too late for HUFFMAN now, and he knows it. Right there, the checkered flag, and Ryan Hughes winning the last race of the season from his last ride on the 125. He's got to be happy.
The 250's at the line. Some of them, that is. Only 14 riders have showed up at the gate. Others determining it was too dangerous with the lighting situation to ride under these conditions. And you can hear the fans in the background. Very, very disappointed. Those riders marked in yellow are those who are not riding because they deemed it too dangerous.
Well, it's interesting to point out that the Honda riders didn't even go down to look at the track. They just decided not to ride.
KTM's Jeff DeMint, number 77, the hole shot. But Jeff Emig is right there, number 6. Emig taking the lead here in the first lap.
Jeff DeMint putting the moves back on Emig, but Emig with a good line into the corner. His feet come off the pegs, but he saves it and jumps his way into the lead. Jeff Emig has found himself in the lead at 4 other main events this year. He's been getting better and better starts, but the difference tonight is the big guns aren't in the race.
Out in front, Emig, good timing. Doesn't look like he's going all out, though, in certain areas.
Oh, and a big bobble by Jeff DeMint right there, getting out of shape in the whoops. His throttle hand came off the handlebar. Did a nice job of saving it, but he's going to drop another position.
Ward approaching Mike Brown. Number 26 on the Honda Troy machine right in front of him here. Good battle as Ward goes the wide route, takes the hop, still can't get the edge on Mike Brown. He's holding in there. Brown finishing up the 125 Supercross season in the East Coast very strong as Ward trying to get the edge against him.
Right there, Mike Brown just pinning Larry Ward against the hay bales. And look at DeMint flying through the whoop sections past the hoop.
It's the final Supercross of the 1995 season. Jeff Emig is our leader as we look back to 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Larry Ward making the move on DeMint, moving into 3rd place. Larry Ward, of course, hoping for a factory ride next year, even though he has a wonderful deal with Sizzler No Lean.
I think it would actually be a mistake for Larry to have a factory ride and the additional pressures. He's obviously got a bike as good as Jeff Emig. He's been beating Jeff in most of the races this season. He's going to finish ahead of him in the Supercross title, so it'd be a good deal to stay with Clark Jones, a package that works.
Clark Jones really coming to Larry's rescue a year ago.
Well, he's got a pretty good package, and Clark has got to be happy, and you can bet they're going to do all they can to make Larry's package next year just as competitive, if not more, as you see the checkered flag for Jeff EMIG, his first Supercross win.
Well, we're down here with Jeff EMIG. And Jeff, first off, I want to congratulate you. Your first Supercross win of the season. How was it out there for you?
Well, I mean, I know all the things were going on tonight, and I thought, I talked to my team manager about it, and we said, hey, if it's political, we should ride. If it's really dangerous, then we shouldn't. I took a lap, and I think I got the baddest eyes anybody here, and I said, hey, it's worth riding. I know that we were all supposed to stick together, all of us factory guys, but once some of the other guys are up there and the points lined up, I had to go. I mean, it's not the best way to win it, but hell, I won the damn thing, and I was here. I guess that counts for something.
What about your feelings towards your brethren that decided to sit this one out?
Well, all those guys, I mean, they got a real good thing to, to prove, and, fortunately for them, they've all won races before. I've still been training hard. I worked my ass off this week, and I decided, hey, I'm not going to give it up, just for something political. I mean, we'll talk all that crap later on in the year.